Happy Mario plus Rabbids Day, everybody!
Let's go!
The new Switch game is coming out, the Nintendo release for August.
Yes, and it's a pretty cool looking game. It's Rabbids, which are what I think of as the minions of the video game world, and Mario.
Yep.
And it's actually looks pretty cool.
Right.
When I first heard about this game, I thought it looked really dumb. The Rabbids I'm not a huge fan of, but you know what? Sometimes you just look at them being bumbling idiots and you just gotta smile.
True.
Like
True.
DK Rabbid is genius.
You
There's
love
something
that?
oh yeah.
Aw, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Well, there are going to be some people being introduced to the Rabbids series. There are others of us on this channel who have survived the Wii days and the party games and everything.
Yes.
Let's start at the beginning. 2006, over a decade ago, is when Rayman Raving Rabbids came out on Wii, Game Boy Advance, and DS. Those were kind of all different versions.
That's so weird thinking of a Game Boy Advance game being released in 2006.
Yep. And if you plugged the Game Boy Advance game into the cartridge slot and the DS game into the cartridge slot, you unlocked the Wii version. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to, like, my mind was about to be blown by what you were going to say.
So, Ubisoft is always a strong Nintendo console supporter. They like to be there at launch, and it's just smart because you get money from being a launch game.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind
Except
of like Bomberman did this generation.
That's
which
true.
is not Ubisoft, so they're a little bit late. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say for the Wii U, was Zombie U Ubisoft? I was gonna say except for in the case of Zombie U.
Well, they were there.
They were there,
tried.
but it didn't do them too much good.
Right.
But that was not necessarily their fault.
Did you know that Zombie U is now on other platforms?
I think you did tell me that.
They took the U out. I forget if they just call it Zombie or what, but anyway,
Zombie with two eyes.
When I think of Rayman Raving Rabbids, the original, I have the on-rail shooter game standing out in my mind. I think that was the best part. And back before Metroid Prime 3 came out, we would Google goggle all over any game that had pointer shooting, and we're like, this is a taste of what's to come.
Now, there are 4 games that I remember having this experience before Metroid Prime dropped and blew all of our minds. We had this game. Yes. We had Banana Blitz. The first-person shooter aspect of it was fun.
It was good.
The rest of the game was, we've talked about it. And then The Conduit, which I think I played one time much, much later.
Right.
And then Red Steel,
yes, sir.
Which, once again, I didn't play until much later. So, kind of forging a path, showing us the possibilities.
Ubisoft followed up very quickly in 2007 with the sequel, and that came out on DS. They dropped the Game Boy, and on Wii, real-life footage was used for the rail shooting portions. Do you remember that at all? Real footage of locations with Rabbids kind of superimposed and stuff, and they did a great job, making them come out from behind things and stuff. Even though it wasn't shot with a 3D camera, they did a really excellent job.
I don't even remember it.
I was like, how is real life in a video game? It is awesome. Oh, and they added the Guitar Hero knockoff.
That is the thing that I most associate with the Rabbids.
Yeah.
Is the doing the really high-pitched versions of songs that I love. And then, you'd be going like this, on the parts where you have to keep hitting it.
Freestyle.
Your elbow starts hurting.
Yeah, you'd get tennis elbow from
playing Raving Rabbids. I don't know if people know that too much nowadays. With younger kids growing up, they had some Wii games.
Yeah.
But the Waggle, it was an arm killer. It really, really was.
You know nothing of Wii Waggle.
No, you don't. Unless you do.
The next year, Raving Rabbids TV Party came out.
I don't even remember.
And I didn't play it. The Rabbids are kind of fully coming into their own game. This was the last one to feature Rayman at all before they just completely went off on their own. And this was actually a Nintendo exclusive, whereas the other ones weren't.
Right, Xbox 360.
We've mentioned the Nintendo platforms, but they also came to other ones. This one was an exclusive, and it featured the balance board. So You could use the balance board.
Hey, another game. If you still have that balance board and you're
Yeah.
looking for games to play with it, that's one of them.
It was called TV Party because that was kind of the aesthetic. The games would be TV shows and micro games would be ads. So that's kind of clever, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have Rabbids Go Home, and I remember, I don't think I ever played this game. In fact, almost all the other games, I don't think I ever did play. This one, I remember the advertisements for it. I think I remember seeing...
Good ads.
Yeah, a rabbit with underwear on its head, and I think that's the only thing I can remember. But they're trying to get to the moon. It's Rabbids Go Home, and apparently their home is the moon. I know that there's certain associations there. I think it has something to do with Japanese mythology.
They were trying to pile a trash ladder to heaven.
This sounds about as logical as anything the Rabbids do.
Yep. And one of the main standout things from this game was Rabbids would sometimes go into your Wii remote, and you could like watch them while you shake them around in your Wii remote.
That's kind of morbid. Yes. Of course, well, they got beat up all the time anyway. Now, I have to talk about this. We have the Rabbids games, and we see that they broke off. Then we have Rayman.
Annual series, basically.
And now we have like the Rayman Legends series, and we have the Rabbids, but the Rabbids aren't in the Legends series at all, are they?
No.
That's weird.
Unless there's a cameo. I don't know if there's like 500 levels in those video games, but no, they're not featured. And yeah, they're their own thing.
I just think it's bizarre that they just completely split off and now they're their own thing.
And then the next year, in 2010, we had Travel in Time, and that was a return to the party genre, whereas the Go Home game was like a comedy adventure. And it was well received for its comedy.
Oh, wow.
People said it was funny. So Travel in Time, you had timepiece minigames, like we're playing minigames Dinosaur now. We're playing minigames in World War II, probably not.
And that was the main thing that it started off as, is like a minigame compilation where these Rabbids are put in just ridiculous situations that don't actually exist in real life.
And in 2011, they made a compilation of the minigame compilations, Raving Rabbids Party Collections. That was a Wii game, and you got 1, 2, and TV Party for $50.
That's a steal.
I would probably buy that one.
I was just thinking, that's actually sounds like a really good deal.
Yeah, look for that one. Make sure you have your balance board.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I do have my balance board.
I don't have a balance board. I never got it.
That's all right.
You don't need it for life.
Now, do you remember this game soon? The 2012 Rayman Raving Rabbids, Rabbids Land. It was actually just called Rabbids Land.
I don't.
Really? Yeah, it kind of really got overshadowed by Nintendo's first-party launch games with Wii U, but it was called...
It was a launch game?
Yeah, Rabbids Land, and it kind of... I don't know why they said Land when Nintendo Land was coming out, but yeah, on the box cover you got Rabbid going on a roller coaster, and this was actually a Mario Party knockoff, so... It wasn't even a good one because 4 players could do like the whole board thing, but only 2 players play the mini games against each other.
What?
Which is bad because those are the parts you look forward to because everyone's playing at the same time. Yeah. So no wonder it kind of flopped. It got about 5 out of 10 reviews. Rabbids Rumble is a 3DS game, and it was actually turn-based strategy. So that also got 5 out of 10 score.
Didn't do too hot.
I guess they were going after what, the
Fire Emblem audience, I guess. I mean, there are a few turn-based strategy, like Project Abraham Lincoln, or whatever that game is called.
Codename Steam.
Codename Steam. Isn't there like Project Steam and Codename Steam?
There is.
Or what is it? Steam
World High, Steam World Dig. Yeah.
Everything has to do with Steam.
Oh, and there's Project Hammer with each letter.
Yeah,
period.
Okay, yeah.
And then Codename Steam with each letter period.
Okay, that's how I got the two mixed up. And then Abraham Lincoln was on the cover of one of them, I think. It looked like, yeah.
We don't usually try to untangle Simeon's twisted thoughts, so that was interesting.
No, yeah. A little picture into my warped brain.
And that actually brings us to present day as far as Nintendo consoles go. I omitted quite a few, like their phone games and stuff. After these two like bombs of games, they took a break. Now they're back.
Huge break.
And all signs point to this one being good. They took time away from the series. They partnered up with Nintendo. Miyamoto was closely supervising them, and you can really tell the development team on this game is passionate about it turning out well. So, are you excited to give Rabbids a try, Kingdom Battle?
I do want to give it a shot because it looks like a lot of fun. It's a genre that I'm not into, and like I talked about before, it kind of looks like what I see as XCOM. XCOM, once again, I've never played it, but I know it's good.
Right.
And this just, I'm like, oh, that looks kind of like this. And other people have drawn that comparison. And so I'm excited to try something new.
Yeah. If there's anyone that can make us like a genre, it's Mario. You know, soccer, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Strikers is awesome.
Right. But again, it's third party. It's going to be interesting.
We'll see.
Let's do my predictions. We're recording this episode well in advance. Review-wise, what do you think?
I think it's going to get a 7.2 average.
All right, I'll go a little bit higher. I'll say 7.75 average.
Okay.
That's a little bit negative of us.
I mean, that's negative of us, but once again, this is in such a pessimistic world.
It's a big leap up from the 5s that the last game's got.
I'm more excited than that for it, but that just might be me.
So what's your excitement level?
My excitement level is, maybe like 8.2
right.
or 8.5, something like that.
Sweet, man. It's a good time to be a Nintendo fan.
It is indeed.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to leave your comments below. What is your excitement level? And are you planning on getting it today? Let us know.
See you next time.
Signing out.